We're investing heavily in BA and BPM. I look at the IT team that I currently have today, and they're all technology-driven people. I don't need another server analyst or systems analyst. I need more investment in harmonizing processes, looking, like I said, at the creators and the consumers of data. Yes, I don't own that, but if I can't broker a deal between the different parties as to what that is, I can have the best developers and the best systems in the world. It's not going anywhere. So we're investing heavily in developing our business analysis and business process management team within IT.
We've had to cut, like everybody else has. Well, not everybody else, pardon me. We've had to cut like many people downtown. And the one area I've not touched and I refuse to touch is the BA BPM pool. There's more sensors than there's ever been, and we work in an industry that's sensor-driven, right? Readings and calculations and volumes and all these things. So this data is really rolling at us fast, and I know, Mark, you can agree, there's more and more in our field, right, that seems to be generating and trying to talk to us about what it's doing or what it's sensing. And as a result, then, I've got to have those people to be able to manage this onslaught of data, not all of which is normalized, actually very little of it, not all of which makes sense or is in context, or I have to store, or I have to do all these things. And so I just refuse to let those people go. I have to have them.
The complexity actually comes with duplication of data, cleansing the data at the source, fixing the business process so that there was only ever one John. Unfortunately, that's a problem that almost can never be solved, because as you buy new companies, as you create new products, as you create new applications, you're exacerbating the problem. So the alternative, of course, is to not worry about that, is to purposely allow that business to collect information in the way they feel they need to collect that information, and on the destination side, determine what's most appropriate, what's more accurate, and what's most, from a matching perspective, best from an information perspective. There might be 5 Johns, and it might in fact be the same person, but what do you deal with that? Do you affect the source, or do you affect the destination?
I don't think you can do it separately. I think you have to do really both. So, because one of the things is, like, what do we know about what's wrong with the data per se? We know from many sort of storylines that there is, obviously inconsistency. We know that from the processes that exist and so forth. But I think one of the things that we do with the analytics, because we need to also it's like what I always say with respect to what the work that we need to do, we are all in the same train, all of the business part. We're all in the same train. And so anything that we need to do, it's while the train is running. So then the most complex thing that I will give is, so we need to change the wheel of the train. Guess what? It's running and you have to change the wheel. Go figure. Come up with a way of doing that. I know it sounds absolutely an impossibility, but I think it's important to underscore that. So from my perspective, it's both. We will continue with doing the analytics and surface a lot of things. The problem, the only thing is when you do that too far, when you go too far with that, is that the business, when you create dashboarding and various analytics capabilities, the business will expect, I'm going to get this every month then, every week, every 2 months and so forth. So it needs to be operationalized as such, right? So that's the challenge, I find.